I just keep thinking if I don't do it, even though there's so much else going on, then I'm never going to.
When Mary told me that she wants to go out to school, it took me everything in me not to just walk out the door.
I don't know what to do.
Their reactions during the tell all watch back are pretty revealing. She's literally smiling about crushing Mary's dreams. Seriously, it's infuriating. Knowledge is power, right? Well, Robyn didn't want Mary to have any of that. Little Miss Yoming couldn't even handle college if she tried. So, of course, she's jealous. And then, to make it even worse, Robyn tells Kody that the possibility of having another kid is off the table unless Mary helped with the MSWC. Disgusting. I was actually giving Robyn the benefit of the doubt for a while, but when she stopped Mary from going back to school, that was just cruel. She selfishly wanted to keep Mary from something that could have made her better, just so Robyn could get her way. Listen, if you're doing a watchback, pay close attention to Robyn when the other wives are speaking in those couch interviews. It's absolutely wild. She doesn't even try to hide her disgust or the eye rolls. I missed it the first time because I was focused on the one speaking, but it's glaring. Mary, I know you're lurking here. Just know that Robyn has never been your friend. You deserve so much better. Robyn and Kody deserve each other. I really wonder what Mary thinks looking back now, and if she'll ever tell us. I hope she realizes it wasn't just Kody stringing her along for all those years. Robyn never had her best interests at heart. She was only out for herself. We've got so much to dive into today, so let's not waste any time. Let's jump straight into it. Hey everyone, what's up? It's Elena here, and welcome back to my channel Reality Nexus X. Robyn's about to get the real Kody now. Kody and Robyn's relationship has always been like a foggy affair, cloudy, messy, and full of secrets. For a while, the three other wives thought they were all in this together, but little did they know, Kody and Robyn were acting like a couple of cheating lovers. Kody would rant to Robyn about his other wives, and Robyn, always the one to understand him, would be there to soak it all up. Meanwhile, Kody would mope over her while with the other wife, exchanging gifts in secret, making vows that no one else knew about, and spending more time with Robyn than at home with his other family. He played the role of a perfect dad to Robyn's kids, all while neglecting his own. And Robyn? Well, she's definitely got an inflated sense of self-worth. Pulling the strings on Kody's relationships with his wives gave her a sense of power and control that she couldn't resist. But now, with all the wives gone, there's no one left to fool. Kody won't be coming home to her to have his ego stroked while he bitches about his wives and kids. Instead, Robyn's in for the worst of it. She'll be the one who gets the full force of his rage, his blame, and his bitterness. Something is clearly wrong with Kody, and Robyn knows it. But as long as it worked in her favor, she played along. Now, she's stuck with the mess. And honestly, I feel bad for the kids. It's going to be rough. Robyn's "I'm the only one who understands you" line? Yeah, that's straight up mistress talk. Worse yet, she somehow convinced Kody and the other wives that it was all okay. She's ended up with the worst possible prize, and sorry, ma'am, no returns, no exchanges. It's going to be interesting to watch Kody start turning that Sauron gaze on Robyn now. All the problems in his life were always the fault of the original three wives. But now that they're gone, who's left to blame? I wouldn't be surprised if the Dickens Village figurines don't make it through the holidays intact. Let's hope Tiny Tim is kept far away if things get thrown in a fit of frustration. Ah, the reality we didn't quite see coming. If there's one thing this show has taught me, it's that I really need to reconsider how I imagine other people's realities. We thought we were going to get an honest peek into life within a plural family. What we actually got was a masterclass in lies, misdirection, and heartbreak. Friends, I think this is their reality. Let's break it down. Janelle's relentless bragging about her sex life, Robyn's never-ending dry crying, Miri's fascinating combo of fake confidence and total lack of self-esteem, and Christine's laugh, which seems more like a shield than a genuine moment of joy. These aren't just quirks, they're survival tactics. I'm totally fine, everything's fine, life's great, even though it's basically hell. Sure, January, and let's be honest, no one watching this show is going to come out thinking, hey, polygamy sounds amazing. It's a nightmare masquerading as a family dynamic, with an ick factor that makes your skin crawl. Mary's particular blend of arrogance and insecurity is chef's kiss, the truest, most accurate description of her yet. You couldn't write a more perfect portrayal. Then there's the ring story, which totally redefined how I see the entire show. It was a lie from the start. In the first episode, Kody says he fell in love 3 times, and married 3 times, and then he kisses Mary passionately. It was all fake. Not one shred of truth about their supportive, loving family dynamic, or how wonderful Kody supposedly is as a husband. It's all a fabrication. Let's be real, most reality shows are probably less than 80% truthful. Why? Because everyone's trying to put their best foot forward, and the cameras only catch a tiny fraction of life. Plus, everything's scripted, where they film, when they film, and what they film is all pre-decided. It's a sham. The real drama, the juicy bits, the arguments, the private convos, the moments when the cameras are off, that's the stuff we should be seeing. But we don't. I almost wish they'd all just parted ways not as friends, but as book deal-hungry exes, no strings attached, no legal issues with TLC. That's the only way we'd ever get all the untold stories. Each person is only going to tell their version of the truth, of course. But if the others decide to spill the tea, well, then we get the full messy picture. Kody and Robyn are still together, so they'll stay quiet about each other. Christine and Janelle are too tight now to air any dirty laundry, but we need it all. Only then will we see the real big picture. Oh, this family. I seriously think about them way too much. And the whole Carmel fiasco. Yeah, just another shining example of Robyn being a terrible sister wife and taking every chance she gets to undermine Christine. Robyn knew Christine was going to win. It was obvious. Then there was that, I kiss better than I cook, sign Kody got for Janelle. Just a little passive-aggressive dig at Christine's cooking skills. Oh, and don't forget that lovely moment when Kody told Robyn to ask Christine how he likes his eggs, because she apparently made them wrong. So what does Robyn do? She teams up with Mary for a little prank, stealing all the spotlight from Christine. Sure, it seems petty, but for someone like me, who's big on acts of service, it probably felt like a gut punch to Christine. She's the type of person who thrives on genuine recognition, so having that ripped away from her in front of everyone, yeah, that would sting. She probably had to plaster on a smile while Robyn and Mary were practically snickering behind her back. And seriously, who does the whole, let's see if you can make caramels as good as my mom thing? It's almost creepy, like Oedipus-level weirdness. But I digress. Oh, and can we talk about Robyn at the store? Watching her buy those caramels was the highlight of her life, apparently. It was like she'd never experienced anything funnier. Honestly, it wasn't even that funny, just a little chuckle-worthy at best. But hey, that's Robyn for you. Much like Kody, it seems like she gets a sick thrill out of hurting others. It's the only time I've ever seen her laugh, aside from her weird, forced machine gun chuckle she shares with her little minions. And the way she treats her own kids, don't even get me started. Telling them the family doesn't want them around. What kind of parent says that to their own children? Well, I suppose my mom used to, but that's a whole different can of worms. Rewatching Paedon's 3-hour interview, I can't believe I forgot about this, but he basically said that Robyn exposed Mary's abuse of the children to Kody. So if I'm piecing this together correctly, Robyn came in, revealed Mary's supposed abuse, and everyone realized how horrible she was, effectively severing her relationships. But then, Robyn still acted like the perfect, friendly sister wife to her? Seriously? Can someone explain this? Was it all for the show? How do you go from calling someone an abuser to pretending to be best friends with them? I don't buy that this is what turned Kody against Meri. Let's be honest, he doesn't care that much about his kids. According to Paedon, he used to at least care about them. Obviously, things have changed, but at one point he was extremely protective and was actually a good dad. I've had a shift in my thinking on this, thanks to another Reddit thread that challenged my thoughts. I originally believed that if the kids were calling Meri abusive, their word should be trusted. But now, after hearing that Robyn diagnosed the alleged abuse and convinced the kids that it was abuse, I'm starting to question things. Until the kids give more specifics about the claims, we'll never really know what happened. I'm also bothered that Kody retracted her claims after TLC threatened to cancel the show. If abuse occurred, it should be exposed, and the person responsible should face consequences. Period. Do I think Meri was difficult, strict, and a pain in the neck? Absolutely. Do I think she has internal struggles from her marital and fertility issues that spilled over into her relationships? Definitely. Do parents sometimes show preference for certain kids or have a tougher time with others? Of course, but then there's Robyn, who accused her first husband of abuse while racking up massive debt in the process, and who clearly had an agenda to get Kody to adopt her kids. She still let her children spend time with their abusive father after that. Yet, has anyone else corroborated the abuse claims? The man remarried and had another family. Are there any reports of problems there? And what about parental alienation? Is that not also a form of abuse? Then Robyn convinces Kody that Meri was abusive around the kids, and suddenly he starts distancing himself from her. But here's the kicker. Robyn's out there crying and claiming she desperately wants Meri as her special sister wife. Why? If you believe someone is abusive, why would you expose your kids to them? It's almost like Robyn used the abuse claim to further her relationship with Kody. A little self-serving, don't you think? But in the end, only the kids who were directly involved can speak to what happened, and they absolutely have the right to decide who they have relationships with or don't. So, do I actually believe Meri was abusive? Honestly, I'm not sure, but it seems more plausible that Meri was simply stricter and set boundaries, something Robyn's kids might not have been used to. I mean, it's not surprising that Eri might still be walking around with a pacifier in her 20s if that's the case. Ah, the ring debacle. Everyone's got something to say about whether Christine should have given us the whole backstory of the meltdown, and I can see both sides. There are valid points, sure, but most opinions seem to be coming from the angle that Christine is still this emotionally invested sister wife, and let's be real, she's not. She's an ex-wife. Ex, as in, she's moved on, remarried, and Kody is her ex-husband. Meri and Robyn, ex-in-laws. And if we're being honest, a lot of us have ex-in-laws we're way more removed from than we care to admit. Christine, having moved on and gotten herself a new life, isn't holding on to any of the drama anymore. She's just telling a story about her past, like any of us would have asked. You've got to understand, she doesn't have the same emotional attachment to these people anymore. If she'd said, well, there's a backstory, but I'm not gonna share it because it's not mine to tell, everyone would have been all over her with the classic, here we go again with the vague, non-answers. She can't win either way, can she? Now, the way she put it, it wasn't a loaded statement. It was more like, yeah, Kody melted down the ring Meri gave him. That happened. It's a fact. And to be fair, Meri's entire emotional reaction to this decades-old event, a little, well, let's say over the top. If Meri were in a healthier place, just my opinion here, she could have just said, yep, he melted down the ring. It sucked, but honestly, it's Kody we're talking about. What do we expect? But instead, she turned it into a drama fest, dumping all her blame and anger on Christine. Which, come on, is a little much. I think we're all pretty desensitized to drama, because reality TV has made us numb to all the exaggerated reactions. But Mary's reaction, that was next level. I honestly feel like Christine was just trying to point out how Kody was all about Robyn and basically checked out on Mary years ago. She was telling the story like it was, with some solid facts to back it up. But somehow, here we are, with Christine getting the brunt of the blame. And let's be real, if Christine hadn't been laughing, Mary wouldn't be anywhere near as mad. As far as I see it, Christine wasn't laughing at Mary. She was laughing at how absurd Kody is. You know, the "can you believe this guy" type of laugh. But Mary's obviously touchy about the whole thing, and who could blame her? If someone I had a messed up, complicated history with was laughing and talking about one of the most painful things my ex did to me, I'd be pissed too. Then add cameras to the mix, asking me to react. Yeah, I'd probably be cursing a blue streak. Oh, buckle up because I'm about to give you the juicy predictions. First off, let's just say the usual suspects like Aspen's expecting or Mary's single aren't exactly going to get us clutching our pearls. We need shocking, like a plot twist straight out of a soap opera. Picture this. Dayton moves in with Hunter and Garrison. Kody and Robyn immediately label it a kidnapping. But honestly, that's just Tuesday in this wild family, right? Now, for something that will actually make Reddit explode. Aurora waltzes back home and announces she's pregnant. Surprise. And no, it's not from some longtime boyfriend. Just some random guy she's been talking to. I'm sure Robyn will have plenty of thoughts on that. And then there's Mary. Oh, Mary, sweet Mary. The truth comes out that she's been lying again, and things take an even weirder turn. Who knows what that could lead to? Maybe Kody starts denying paternity of the OG-13. That would definitely make us spill our popcorn. Now, if one of Robyn's kids actually manages to break free and build a life of their own, color me shocked and maybe a little impressed. But I'd be genuinely thrilled if one of them could pull off the ultimate plot twist. Ditching the family drama, getting a job, saving some cash, and then dropping a tell-all. Talk about a mic drop. Oh, and Robyn adding yet another kid to the clan. Yeah, that could shake things up. But at this point, it would probably just get a shrug from us. She's running out of ways to top herself. Wouldn't be surprised if she had twins, just to keep us on our toes. But hey, we're all just waiting for that moment when the drama goes full throttle, and I'm here for it. 3 wives he never loved are gone, so what's his problem now? Honestly, the guy needs an intervention, stat. I'm not convinced he could string 2 rational thoughts together to make sense of where he's at in life. He's clearly not capable of getting to a healthy place on his own. And yet, here he is, spending every single moment with the love of his life, never having to hide or suppress any of the love they share. Imagine the pressure of having to fake relationships with 3 women you don't even care about. What more could he possibly want? And seriously, what's with all the demonic, soul-crushing thoughts and feelings? Who even thinks that stuff, let alone blurts it out on national TV? Maybe someone should just wire his jaw shut for a while until he gets some actual therapy. The guy clearly can't stop running his mouth and just keeps digging himself deeper. The real issue here, he's just pissed that they left him. He honestly thought they'd stick around and be okay with the scraps he gave them. But of course, Magic Sky Daddy won't grant him his own planet where he can become a god and live for all eternity surrounded by people he can't stand. The irony is just too much. OMG, the title nails it. Why is he so butthurt? At this point, dude doesn't just have issues, he has subscriptions. Lol. And let's not forget, he's been pulling this ridiculous nonsense for years, long before the show. Kody's not going to find happiness. He thrives on chaos and constant change, and moving around all the time is the only way he knows how to exist. Let me know what you think in the comments. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you in the next video. Take care and much love to you all.